This is Strandwolf, a brown hyena, one of the rarest, most mysterious, and least known carnivores of Africa. In the vast wilderness of this continent, fewer than 8,000 brown hyenas remain in the wild. A number so small, it makes them one of the rarest predators on the planet. For centuries, they have been misunderstood. The eerie laughter of their spotted cousins has cast a long shadow, leading farmers to view all hyenas as cattle thieves, as pests that must be destroyed. But the truth is very different. Brown hyenas hardly ever hunt. They quietly scavenge the remains of animals long dead, cleaning up what the lions, leopards, or wild dogs leave behind. They are nature's invisible gatekeepers, preventing disease from spreading and keeping ecosystems in balance. Today we follow Strandwolf, a solitary wanderer. From his early days in the unforgiving Kalahari to his journey toward the Okavango Delta, a paradise of life in the heart of the desert. It is a journey of hardship and trials, but also a symbol of resilience, survival, and hope for the future of his endangered species. In the silent darkness of the Kalahari, the figure of Strandwolf appears unusual. Unlike his notorious cousins, the spotted hyenas, known for their eerie laughter and fierce aggression, Strandwolf carries an appearance that is both wild and strangely mysterious. A long, shaggy coat drapes down his flanks, dark and heavy like a cloak. His ears stand tall, sharp, and alert to even the faintest sound. His long legs are patterned with pale stripes, as if he were wearing peculiar stockings. Together, these features give him the ghostly aura of the desert, elusive, enigmatic, almost otherworldly. But what truly makes the brown hyena remarkable lies in the contradictions of its nature. It despises the searing heat, yet survives in one of the driest, hottest regions on Earth, trapped in a heavy fur coat. It often wanders alone through endless nights, yet in times of danger, it never abandons its clan. Bound tightly by family ties, its jaws are strong enough to crush solid bone, but it rarely kills for itself. Instead, it thrives on the remains left behind by others. These paradoxes shape Strandwolf and his kind into one of nature's most unique survivors. Creatures that live in the shadows, far from human eyes, yet play an irreplaceable role in maintaining the balance of the wild. Night falls over the Kalahari as the moon rises. The desert awakens, the chirping of insects, the whisper of wind through thorny shrubs, and somewhere in the darkness, the faint sound of careful footsteps. It is Strandwolf, beginning his first hunt of the night. With his extraordinary nose, he can detect the scent of carrion from kilometers away. On the breeze drifts the unmistakable odor of decay. Quickens his pace, ears pricked, senses sharp. A fallen antelope, a victim of an earlier hunt, lies not far ahead, its body torn apart. Most of the best meat long gone, yet for a scavenger it is still a valuable prize. Strandwolf approaches, but he is not alone. From the shadows, a shrill cackle echoes through the night. A clan of spotted hyenas emerges, numerous, ferocious, loud. They tolerate no intruder near their feast. Strandwolf halts. He knows he stands no chance. Alone, he cannot face an entire clan, heavier, stronger, and far more aggressive than him. For a brief moment, his gaze meets that of the clan's leader. The message is clear: leave now, or pay with your life. Silently, Strandwolf retreats. He manages only to pick up a few scraps of bone scattered on the sand. Meager as it is, it will keep him alive, and more importantly, alive to return to his family. Strandwolf returns through the night, carrying only a few scraps of bone. For a lone wanderer, such a prize is meager. But for the family waiting deep inside their den, it is a treasure. In the darkness, pairs of round eyes glimmer as Strandwolf arrives. His younger siblings rush forward, squealing softly, tails wagging with excitement. They know nothing of the dangers outside, nothing of hunger or failure. They know only that their brother has come home bringing food. A brown hyena clan is small compared to their spotted cousins. They live in tight-knit groups, just a handful of adults with their pups. Each member has a role, bringing food, standing guard, or caring for the young. For brown hyenas, the survival of one depends entirely on the unity of all. Now, those scraps of bone, worthless in the eyes of others, become both toys and meals for the pups. They gnaw and bite, training their small jaws, already strong enough to crack through bone. From the moment they are born, young hyenas carry sharp canines, their most vital tools for survival. In that moment, Strandwolf is no longer the outcast forced away from a feast by spotted hyenas. He is a brother, a protector, an essential link in the survival of his clan. And in these moments of unity, the brown hyenas reveal their greatest secret. They endure not through the strength of the individual, but through the resilience and solidarity of the family. But out here, danger does not only come from lions or spotted hyenas. There is a far greater threat lurking in the dark: humans. At the edges of the Kalahari, cattle farms stretch across the land. Cows, goats, and sheep are a farmer's livelihood. And in their eyes, all hyenas are thieves, raiders, enemies to be destroyed. One night, a Strandwolf follows a fence in search of water. The moonlight glimmers off the taut wires. The scent of humans lingers everywhere. He hesitates, but thirst drives him forward. Suddenly, a gunshot cracks the silence. The deafening sound shatters the stillness of the night. A bullet slams into the sand, just a breath away from where Strandwolf stands. Startled, he bolts, heart pounding in his chest. He has come within a whisker of death, not from predators, but from men. In the minds of farmers, hyenas are a menace. Yet in truth, over 95% of their diet is carrion. They rarely kill livestock, and when they do, it is often an animal already sick or dead. Still, deep-rooted prejudice has turned the brown hyena into a target. Many have fallen to rifles long before they could find a safe refuge. That is the tragedy of Strandwolf and his kind. Not to die beneath the claws of predators, but under the shadow of mankind. Not all humans see the brown hyena as an enemy. There are those who dedicate their lives to protecting them. Conservationists, quietly fighting for the survival of a misunderstood species. After his narrow escape from the farmer's rifle, Strandwolf's path crosses with a local conservation team. They track his movements, record his scent marks, follow his footprints, and finally decide to intervene. A safe cage trap is set. Within hours, Strandwolf is caught inside. His eyes wide with fear, his body trembling, unaware that this time he is not being led to death but to a second chance. Instead of a bullet, he is given a journey. Carried across miles of desert, he is relocated to a remote red sand valley, far beyond the reach of human fences and gunfire. Here, there are no wires, no rifles. But the challenges are entirely new. This land is harsh and empty. No antelope carcasses left behind by lions. No zebra remains to scavenge. Strandwolf must start again. Hunting insects, digging out mole rats, even daring to face the swift snakes of the desert. Night after night, he searches in the dark, failing more often than he succeeds. Hunger gnaws at his body, yet instinct forces him to press on. This is the lesson of the wanderer. To survive, he must change. And in this struggle for adaptation lies the answer to whether Strandwolf can continue his journey at all. After weeks of wandering the Red Sand Valley, instinct drives Strandwolf farther than ever before. He follows the scent of moisture carried on the wind, faint traces that only the keen nose of a brown hyena can detect. Night after night, he roams endlessly, across rolling dunes and thorny scrub. Each step is a gamble with survival. Little water, little food, yet no choice but to press on. Then one morning, the world before him changes. The cracked earth of the desert gives way to glittering waters. A maze of rivers, swamps, and lagoons stretches to the horizon. This is the Okavango Delta, a legendary oasis, where life bursts forth in the heart of the desert. Here, everything is transformed. Crocodiles lie in wait, motionless, ready to strike. Massive herds of buffalo bellow as they charge through the waters. Thousands of migratory birds fill the skies, circling above the wetlands. For the first time, Strandwolf witnesses a spectacle of life on such a scale. To him, it is both paradise and peril. Food is abundant, but danger lurks in every corner. To survive in Okavango, Strandwolf must learn new skills, to be faster, bolder, and braver than he has ever been. In his first days at the Okavango, Strandwolf keeps his distance. He watches crocodiles lurking in the shallows, herds of buffalo thundering through the river, and flocks of migratory birds swirling above the wetlands. It is a magnificent spectacle, but also overwhelming and dangerous. Caution drives him to scavenge only what remains on the riverbanks. But hunger gnaws at him. Instinct whispers, he must change. One moonlit night, as the reeds whisper in the wind, an unexpected chance arrives. A fledgling bird tumbles from its nest, helpless on the ground. Strandwolf's eyes flash. Ash. In that instant, a dormant instinct awakens. Ash. He lunges, swift, decisive, unstoppable. And for the first time in his life, Strandwolf brings down living prey. The victory is small, but it marks a turning point. It is not just a meal, it is proof. It's proof that he can hunt, that he can be more than a scavenger. With each success, his confidence grows. On another night, when a jackal dares to steal his catch, Strandwolf stands his ground. The two clash, fierce and unyielding. This time, Strandwolf emerges with his prize intact. He is no longer the wanderer who survives only on scraps. Strandwolf is becoming a true hunter, a maturing predator, carving out his place in the unforgiving world of the Okavango. After months of wandering, Strandwolf is no longer the inexperienced drifter he once was. He has learned to hunt, to defend himself, and to carve out new grounds for survival. But another challenge lies ahead. The test of continuing his kind. One night, patrolling along the marsh's edge, Strandwolf encounters a new scent. It is not the odor of predators, nor the familiar trace of family. It is the scent of a young female brown hyena, a silent invitation, carried on the wind. Strandwolf's heart beats faster. He follows the trail, across dunes and shrubs, until at last, her slender figure appears beneath the moonlight.
Oh.
For the first time, Strandwolf is no longer alone. Beside him stands a companion, a chance to begin what nature has always intended, the continuation of life. The two young hyenas are clumsy, inexperienced. Yet within their awkwardness lies a promise for the future. A fragile spark of hope, but one of immense value for a species standing on the brink of extinction. As the wind whispers through the grass, Strandwolf's story ceases to be his alone. It becomes a symbol of resilience, of adaptation, and of a species' unyielding will to endure. In the Okavango, dawn breaks in brilliance. The morning mist fades, revealing a delta overflowing with life. In this living tapestry, Strandwolf walks steadily, no longer alone. Beside him, his newfound mate. Together, they begin the next chapter of their kind. Yet beyond this moment, the future of the brown hyena remains fragile. Fewer than 8,000 individuals are left in the wild. A number so small, extinction could arrive in silence if we continue to look away. They are not monsters. They are not the farmer's enemy. They are nature's silent warriors. Clearing carrion, preventing the spread of disease, maintaining balance in fragile ecosystems. If the brown hyena vanishes, Africa's wilderness will lose a vital link, and the cost will not fall on them alone, but on all of us. But we can change that. Every small action, supporting conservation efforts, protecting wild habitats, and above all, changing our perception of these misunderstood creatures, can shape a different future. Let the footsteps of Strandwolf and his kin never fade from the sands of Africa. Let their story stand as a testament to resilience, and as a reminder that when humanity chooses protection over destruction, life will always find a way.